Hey, gotta find where I am. I'm in North Kansas City. And I'm gonna walk the doggies. Let's see, let me figure this thing out here. There's a doggy. Hi, Jim. And here we are, North Kansas City. All right, dogs. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, this one at Westport too.
Storm Chase RTM's P stream is closed due to an error. That's been happening a lot, and I gotta find out why. I suspect it might be that a couple of reasons. Come on, Doug. One may be that I pissed somebody off over there and they don't like what I'm doing, violated some user agreement or whatever. Or the other may be that they seem to have a issue with their page. I think it went down for a little while, and maybe everything didn't come out upright, and I just have to get a new stream key or something like that. Weather is beautiful, and it's supposed to get yucky starting tonight. So I slept all I could today. Now I'm taking advantage of the afternoon and we're walking the dongs, which they're enjoying. Right, dongs? I'm trying this without a microphone. A lot of people seem to have good luck with that. I don't. I don't know. Everything with me in technology has to be hard. Seems like everybody has wonderful results. No real demonstrated technical ability. For me, no matter what I try, it seems to not work out so well. So we're trying this, see if it's acceptable. If it's not, then we'll do the other thing. I mean, that includes me getting this gimbal that'll allow me to use my stinky. My smartphone is a live streaming and video recording platform, and I have an iPhone 12. But not the small one either. Does that make sense? I don't have the iPhone 12 Max, but wait on traffic to clear. Come on, dogs. I have to say that when I put the otter case on it, it doesn't work with any gimbal. They don't make the gimbals big enough for it. and a lot of them can't even carry the weight. So I got the Zhiyun Crane M2 gimbal, which is a medium size. Small and comfortable. You can put it in your bag, you can carry it in your hand, but yet it can also carry my smartphone, or it can carry my Osmo Action, or even supposedly can carry my Alpha 6300, but I think with a small lens on it, and obviously not in the frame it's in now. So I put my Sony Alpha camera in a frame. We're at Armour. I know the audio is definitely terrible when big trucks go by like that. Armour in Burlington. Waiting on the light to change. I love the Seeburg muffler shop over there. It's a nice round corner. There was a building that accompanied it that was like it, but it was allowed to fall apart. Eventually they tore it down. And that's a big, Streamline Modern is a big theme up here in North Kansas City. Wait, Jimmy, we're not crossing yet. Right there is the old Allen Chevrolet building. Alright. This light is not pedestrian friendly. Jimmy, get out of the road. You're as bad as the kids. Sit, Jimmy, sit. Thank you. All right. That did the trick. Stella, I don't know what you're doing, but that's a bad time to do it. Even though the light is good for me, this is a yield. We got to get across this road really fast because people do not pay attention. Here's in North Kansas City, they have a nice welcome sign. And speaking of the old Allen Chevrolet Art Deco building, it's now a chain restaurant, Hawaiian Brothers. Love the round Streamline Modern facade with all the windows. Definitely neat. And I was just thinking about facade. This is a facade that's not so much facade that is real structure. A lot of facades are fake, but the real structure lies underneath, and what they put on the front is just decoration. That building is not decorative. The tree is trying to kill me. Come on, dogs. Come on, Stella. And Streamline Modern is definitely a thing here in downtown North Kansas City. Because here's another building. Sorry about the wind. It's always windy here in the Midwest. Especially when you have the weather changing like it is. And you get in the shade and you freeze. You get out here in the sun and you bake. It'd be nice if you just put on a jacket or not have to wear a jacket. But this time of year, you don't know what. The weather is always uncertain. That's what makes this time of year kind of wonderful, because the weather is always changing. Another country heard from. And you can tell it's spring because we have an influx of vagrancy. No, Jimmy. Jimmy, straight. Go on. This way. Jimmy. Jimmy. No, Jimmy, that's not what we do when we see a dog. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
Yogi. Hey, Yogi.
Jimmy, no. I'm not super happy about that. I was about to say influx of vagrancy. Now, what is vagrancy? That's different from just being homeless. Vagrancy is a whole lot of activities that actually makes it hard for homeless people to exist in the world. Because vagrants do things like, for instance, I went to go use the bathroom at CVS, paying customer and everything. I went in, I bought something. I always feel obligated to do that if I use somebody's bathroom, whether it's a piece of candy or something that I needed, like an adapter cable, which they had. So I was glad I went in there. But I had to wait 20 minutes to go to the bathroom because somebody was in there taking a shower, using the facility and the sink and everything. And then, I mean, that's bad enough. And they didn't feel much of a need to expedite themselves. But then they, of course, left the place a wreck. Used up all the paper. You know, just made it into a mess. If I felt like I needed to use a facility in that way, which I've had to before. I mean, not being homeless or anything, but like traveling, and I needed to wash up a little. I try to make sure that I don't make an extra huge mess for the customers, and I try not to take a lot of time to do it. I was thinking I was going to take this gimbal in and balance it with my phone, but then I realized it was a one-holer, and there was a guy waiting very patiently like me. So yeah, vagrancy. The vagrant act, you know, vandalism. There's some people who feel like they must leave their mark wherever they go. That guy didn't have a leash on his dog. My dog doesn't like little dogs like that coming up to him, and he wants to establish dominance. And if the little dog so much makes any kind of resistance, Jimmy will bite and attack. And then I get blamed for it. It wasn't our fault. We were doing everything we could to avoid that dog. I even walked almost out in the street to get around him, and he came to us. So these activities, people would not mind homeless, houseless people so much with that. And that's not the fault of a lot of homeless, houseless people. That's the fault of the vagrants among them, the people who will not compromise with the world. And it kind of shows, really. Stella, you're right under my foot. You're not getting any protection. All you're going to get is stomped on. End of rant. Except to say, I guess, that because of vagrants, makes it harder for everyone and gives everyone that really needs help bad reputation. And less likely to get help when they need it. When I was walking around downtown Kansas City, I was looking at my footage, and I seemed to be kind of shaky even with the gimbal. So now I'm trying a different mode here on this gimbal. Let's see if it's a little smoother. We're passing Chappelle's Sports, which I don't like sports bars at all. Hate them. I think there's too many of them. Not a really pleasant atmosphere to go to unless you're into sports. They usually attract the same type of people that I'm not really into. But Chappelle's is different. Chappelle's is beautiful on the inside. They got all sorts of memorabilia that's real. It's not decorations, whatever. Mr. Chappelle, who I've met, really nice guy, really into sports history. If I were a player and I wanted to endorse something or celebrate something, and I think some players have, I would go to Chappelle's. Corporate run-of-the-mill sports bars. Let's go down a block. Let's go visit the AMF lanes. People used to remember, and this is a long time ago now, I think it folded in the 1980s maybe. Stella, I told you about that. I don't need to hear a $5,000 Yelp. Anyway, we have to walk through a few parking lots to get there. But there used to be this place over here called Gold Buffet. And Gold Buffet was a family-owned restaurant, been here for forever and ever and ever. And they had probably one of the best buffets in Kansas City. And you would go in the lobby. They were kind of known for their bar lounge too. Well, you go into their lobby and they had all these pictures up of celebrities who came and performed at Gold Buffet. Because I believe it was a venue too. And by celebrities, I know they had a picture of Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. I believe they had Frank Sinatra. You know, people like that. And shoot, I don't even know. It's been so long. I don't know if I thought the Gold Buffet was a part of this building here, which is all now bowling alley. And even back then, there was a bowling alley on one side and Gold Buffet on the other. But I'm not sure. Maybe this parking lot over here. I don't know if somebody else knows. Or maybe I'm in the wrong building and recollecting everything wrong altogether. I don't know. We used to go to the Gold Buffet when we first came to Kansas City in 1978. We stayed for a week in Harlem, which is this neighborhood part of Kansas City, Missouri, really. It's on the south part of town at what was building. And then we moved to Excelsior Springs to stay at the Monterey Motel for a couple of months until we could find a house. But we used to come to the Gold Buffet all the time. I think, if I'm not wrong, because I seem to remember these awnings here. And I think, you see how there's two sets of doors? I believe this western set of doors was how you got into the Gold Buffet. AMF Bowling Company. AMF is a pretty big company. I'm not sure if it's always been AMF. Finnegan's Banquet Venue. Yeah, I think I'm right, because wouldn't it be funny if I found out the Gold Buffet was still in existence? I don't think so. Gold Star Theater. Yeah, I think there's a venue in here, and that's where they used to have the celebrities play. Don't know. I guess, you know, I could not be a weirdo and actually walk in, but I have dog keys with me, so it doesn't look open. I think this is it. I think I recognize that chandelier there. The buffet was over. I don't know if you see me pointing in the reflection over to the right here. I guess I never been in the venue. Of course, I was a kid then, and back then, venues such as that had the celebrities were pretty much adult-only affairs. People did not want their kiddos You know, you go find a babysitter for your kids, and then you go out for the night, and you would dress up and make an evening of it. That's how you did it in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Now everybody shows up in t-shirt or tank tops and and shorts, everything, like vacationers, and they have to bring their kids to everything. I love the cantilevered awning. That's what you call that, a cantilevered roof or a butterfly roof. I see something else over here. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's quite open or not. Looks almost like a Goofy Golf. Weird when you walk off the path you've been taking and explore a little. Of course, with beerfluenza, it's hard to tell what is open and what's permanently closed. This might be part of the AMF Family Fun Center. Huh. They have go-kart racing. It's part of the AMF complex here. And I guess way back when you want to go have fun and bowling and stuff, then you had Gold Buffet there, and you can take in a show, get your drinky poo on. I don't know if people actually did that, or if I'm just surmising. I don't know if they could do that and change into their dress clothes. But I think, you know, in the 80s, 70s and 80s, things were changing. And I don't know what was changing, but I think people's tastes and attitudes were changing a lot. And the people who were taking in, you know, these Rat Pack type celebrity shows were aging out. And the newer stuff was not appealing to the clientele that would go to the Gold Buffet. And so who knows? That there were stories, and I think I remember this, about the lady, because I think it was a family-run place, and the lady who was like the matron of the place, the mama, having a thing, especially with kids that came in there, that if you left food on your plate, they would charge you for it. They made sure that you came in, took what you wanted, ate what you took, which is a good lesson for us all. But some people get online and they say, oh, that lady was mean. She would yell at you if you had food on your plate. I'm like, well, it probably wasn't out of meanness. It was probably out of just old school. That's the way you did things back. A certain generation back, 2 generations back. And also, it's just a good life lesson. But most probably I had a lot to do with the fact that Gold Buffet was hitting on hard times and was being forced to raise their prices. And so, you know, there's a lot of companies that have that they get caught in that kind of trap, in the kind of a downward spiral, because quote unquote, air quotes here, it's misinterpreted. That lady is hostile and mean. No, she wasn't mean. She was not mean. My parents, I remember when we went in there as kids, they told us, you're going to eat everything on that plate. So don't go in and grab a huge plate. And you know, they would accompany us and make sure that they loaded our plate for us, and that we ate everything. And that's what we do with our kids today. A lot of other people, it seems like they're just so used to doing whatever they want, let their kids run crazy. I mean, not many, just enough. And it makes a lot of buffet places really unpleasant to go to, because you know, there's these kids, some really young kids, like 4 years old, roaming free and grabbing plates, and you know, and that's just not the way it should be done. That's bad parenting. You got to make sure your kids have good manners in public. Looking at the Burlington Northern caboose here. Yeah, we can walk to it. We're over here. I don't know if we're in private property or not. It seems like this is a little park. I don't know if there's anything written by it. Come on, dongs. Funny thing is, there doesn't seem to be any numbers on this caboose. Usually there's some sort of something, and they look like they have their, oh, there's a big old gouge on the side there. They get their almost like RV style service here. I'm sure this has been here a while. I don't see any like plaque or anything. We're next to an old building that's been converted into loft apartments. There's a big park to our north. This is a beautiful old building. I can see the doggy poo bags. I wonder if you use the facility. What's up, Stella Pup? Is it gonna dip? Are we gonna form the number 2? Because you know, dogs doing their business. It looks like they're making the shape of the number 2. Jimmy does this a lot. Sort of a pain in the rear, you know. He just sniffs forever and ever and ever, and then the opportunity passes. Then somewhere in the middle of a sidewalk, usually the busiest sidewalk you can find, down he goes. Can't wait anymore. We had a very embarrassing moment with Jimmy because of that in St. Louis. And they had everything messed up because they were rebuilding everything for the arch. And all the streets were torn up. You couldn't approach the arch anywhere. The whole park was closed. You could only see it from across the way. And we were trying to get to the arch, and we didn't know all that. And there's nothing explaining that. No good signs or anything. I tell you, not a big fan of St. Louis. And so and Jimmy was playing with this other dog, and just like a kid, he neglected to take care of business. 715 Armour Road, Park Lots. Sorry about the wind. And so we get literally in the middle of a street, and all of a sudden he had to go really bad. And we couldn't stop in this street because it was really busy. So we were pulling him along, and of course something got stuck in his rear, which was funny. And he couldn't walk because it was really uncomfortable for him. It's kind of gross. We had to find a trash bag and pull it out, and then use the trash bag as a poo bag because we unfortunately forgot the poo bags. We were like, yeah, we need to pick this up, and people were stopping because they thought the dog was hit by a car or was hurt or something. We were like, no. And we were really red-faced, embarrassed. I think Jimmy was embarrassed too. And then we were like being very careful. We had to put stuff in the poo bag and carry it to the nearest trash receptacle, which there were none around there. And there was trash literally all over the place. Hence we were able to find a plastic bag easily. And the whole experience was just embarrassing and nasty and funny. Come on, Stella. Don't wrap around me. Come on, Jimmy. Don't wrap around me. I like to say the North Kansas City streets are paved with gold. There's a big community center serving, well, they say the population here is 5,000. But there's a casino within the city limits of this town, and I'm sure they see a lot of revenue from that. I say a lot of things that aren't necessarily true, so maybe that's not true either. Sometimes I tend to say things the way I wish they would be and not the way they really are. So, but I always look at it as like, well, if I'm wrong, it's fodder for discussion. Big community center right across the street from the post office. We usually turn up here at the Burger Shack, which is a local fast food place, and yeah, it is pretty good. I've been eating in there. A lot of people, very popular. A lot of locals come in. At lunch, you got to stand in line behind the fire department and all the construction workers and some office workers around here and retail workers. And usually, you know, that's a sign of a good place. Don't know what all the fencing is about here. There'll be something about ready to go in. When I was driving today, I noticed on Broadway there used to be a Denny's there, and you know, I noticed the sign was down, graffiti was on the building, and now the building is completely gone, which I think is a shame. I'm sure some developers said, yeah, Denny's isn't doing that well, we'll buy it out and use the land for something else. Here is Burger Shack. This is organic grass-fed beef. Also with a little snow cone trailer outside. Tay's Burger Shack. Does not look open right now. Maybe it is, I don't know, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Hard to tell. The United States Gypsum. The United States Gypsum would be based out of western New Mexico. They actually mine gypsum. You can see it in the white cliffs in that part of the country. All right. Again, the light doesn't seem to work. I have to be very careful of cross traffic here. People who are crossing over making a left-hand turn. I have a bad experience with somebody who was making a right-hand turn as I was crossing the street. That's how I got hit by a car in Westport. The person was making a left-hand turn, was in a hurry about it, and didn't bother to look to make sure the intersection was clear. I was in the crosswalk with these two doggies. Jimmy got hit first. They didn't get hurt very bad. Not as bad as I did. And Stella didn't get hit, but she ran off. This used to be a Quick Trip. And they moved down the street a little bit, closer to the highway, better location, I guess. I remember when they had this store here, and then they bought all that property over there, because it was just the area in front of the store, and expanded out their gas pumps. And I also remember that somebody told me what the price was that they paid for the property. I was astounded. It was like in the millions of dollars. And then they shut this location down when they built the new one with the Quick Trip kitchens and everything else like that. So now you got this building here with a big parking lot. I hope I'm not shaking too much with this being herky-jerky. It's Not easy to do a walk and talk. And you know, concentrate on making it an actual viewable experience. Then when you get back, you look at it and go, oh my God, who handed the camera to the monkey or to the child? We're back at the post office and the YMCA. Come on. Jimmy, don't wrap around me. Doggy's found a good smell. Richards Park. Is this all Richards Park, or is it just this corner and then this place over here is another park? We'll find out. Maybe. Sculpture. Oh, we better make it across. Gotta be careful of this white thing. In the summer, obviously not a water park now. Kids come out here and play. I think it's free. And there's a sign up here. Dag Park, not dog park, Dag Park. They got playground, seating area, water park. Will we make the site? Come on, Stella, don't do that. Jimmy. Yes, we know it's a pole. Dogs have peed there. Don't cross around behind me, Jimmy. Dogs like to wrap you up and trap you because they're so busy trying to sniff that great smell like you've never smelled a dog's behind before. There's City Hall. City of North Kansas City. Whoops. Oops. Lucky Dragon. Have not eaten there. Somewhere up one of these streets here, I don't know if it still exists or not, in one of these neighborhoods, it's like a little neighborhood coffee shop slash activity center kind of deal. And I think it's kind of run not for profit by people in the neighborhood for the kids to go to, and it's pretty cool. They don't just serve coffee. You know, most kids don't drink coffee, actually. They shouldn't drink coffee. And especially our kids, man. We don't even want to give them candy. What are you talking about? But, you know, they sell a little candy, maybe some sandwiches, drinks. And I guess for the older kids who drink it, maybe coffee. I'm not sure. I went there once when we were doing a story, and I thought it was neat. Planned on visiting again. Who knows? Maybe this is it here. They moved it over here because this is like a activity center centered around arts and stuff. Expressive visual and performing arts. Create. Yeah, I don't know. This might be it. With a lot of things, it's really hard to tell because of the beerfluenza epidemic. But I haven't really seen it open. One way or another. General Securities Corp. Investment securities. Sometimes it's fun to go just a little bit beyond and see what's behind the facades. It's like a janitorial shop here. The soap bubble. Wide staffing. And then we have Screenland Theaters. Movies, arcade, craft beer. Knockouts Barbershop. Ew, nose wax, gross. Not open. We're back in the meat and potatoes of downtown. and pulling the dogs along because we can't lollygag in an intersection, because you never know when somebody will be coming out of the middle of nowhere. I need to try this place. I already had my coffee. Every time I come past here, I'm reminded of it. I think they're open kind of late too, so I'm gonna give this place a try sometime. It says coffee and food. Cultivar Neighborhood Collective. So it's a place where people of similar interests can come together. I don't know. Sounds cool. We'll give it a try. Let me turn around. Because they didn't read their hours. Post Coffee Company, and it doesn't say what their hours are. That's why I didn't read them. CultivarKC.com. You guys have wrapped around me again. If I hadn't already gotten a coffee from Head Rush, I would go in there and visit. There's somebody with their phone held sideways. I hope they're taking still portraits and not video. And there's our cat. We'll go up and back a block. This is Jefferson's. Used to be Kelso's Pizza. Kind of a corner pizza place, and I think sports bar. Of course, naturally. Now, and corner sports bar. They have fairly decent food. We've eaten there, and I think the original is in Lawrence, Kansas. That's where I normally get my hair cut. Here's an old school Goodyear. We've had our cars serviced in here. We had a really good experience with Goodyear 7 Highway in Blue Springs. When I situation with my back was on workers' comp, which was a lovely experience. My doctor was based out of here. Now, he was a decent doctor, and he'd only come in like once a month, and I think he was only coming in here, I don't know why. I think a lot of it had to do with the legal situation. See, the legal situation was brought on by the fact that there was a employee who was supposed to, the corporate manager of workers' comp issues was supposed to, be helpful. But she just treated you like a criminal, would not tell you anything, and waited for you to find out everything out the hard way. And I was even told that by the front office of my workplace. So, waiting around for her to try and process the workers' comp thing with the bad reputation she had, I was told, well, just go to a lawyer and have it expedited. And we did. And then, when we talk about being treated like a criminal, and I think in many ways that's why I no longer work there. Which they will never tell you that, because that's actually illegal for them to fire you for an issue like that. They are also known to be a jackass company, and I'm glad to be out of there. And it seems like they're even more of a jackass company these days. Even though right now I'm not doing the kind of work that I'd like to be doing, I'm in many ways a lot happier because I'm treated a lot better. And that makes all the difference in the world. And companies that treat their employees bad actually incur outrageous expenses from that. I don't see how it can be seen as profitable. Just a bad corporate culture. But anyways, we're back here at our car. The gimbal held out pretty well. I don't know if in this mode, if it worked better, if it was smoother. I also don't know if the audio is worth a damn. I'll play it back here in a little bit when I get in the car. See ya.